Good day, my name is VILLENA, PALINO, 42 years of age and currently working in Singapore. Today I will present to you this course project pertaining to air pollution and light pollution. I will help you understand the causes, effects, and sustainable solutions to prevent this to happen. To begin with, let's start on air pollution. Air pollution is the presence of substances in the atmosphere that are harmful to the health of humans and other living beings, or cause damage to the climate or to materials. There are many different types of air pollutants, such as gases including ammonia, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxides, methane, carbon dioxide, and chlorofluorocarbons. Particulates, both organic and inorganic, and biological molecules. There are some various causes of air pollution. One is the burning of fossil fuels. Sulfur dioxide emitted from the combustion of fossil fuels like coal, petroleum for energy in power plants and other factory combustibles is one of the major causes of air pollution. Billions of vehicles run on roads are powered by gasoline and diesel engines that burn petroleum for releasing energy. Petroleum is made up of hydrocarbons and engines don't burn them cleanly. As a result, pollutants such as PM, nitric oxide, and NO2, together referred to as NOx, carbon monoxide, organic compounds, and lead emit from vehicles including trucks, jeeps, cars, trains, airplanes, causing a high level of pollution. This mode of transformation form part of our daily basic needs, so we rely on them heavily. But their overuse is killing our environment, as dangerous gases are polluting the atmosphere. Carbon monoxide, caused by improper or incomplete combustion and generally emitted from vehicles, is another major pollutant, along with nitrogen oxides that is produced from both natural and man-made processes. As per the World Health Organization, exposure to outdoor air pollution contributes to as much as 0.6 to 1.4% of the burden disease and 4.2 million deaths every year. Second is agricultural activities. Ammonia is a very common byproduct of agriculture-related activities and is one of the most hazardous gases in the atmosphere. The use of insecticides, pesticides, and fertilizers in agricultural activities has grown quite a lot. They emit harmful chemicals into the air and can also cause water pollution. Farmers also set the field and old crops in fire in order to keep them clean for the next round of sowing. The burning to clean fields is said to cause pollution by releasing harmful gases in the air. Third is wasteful in landfills. Landfills are land areas in which waste is deposited or buried. This deposited or buried waste generates methane. Methane is a major greenhouse gas that is highly flammable and very hazardous. E-waste is another grave concern involving a lot of unscientific dismantling, such as chemical leaching, burning wires, and others. Fourth is exhaust from factories and industries. Manufacturing industries release a large amount of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, organic compounds, and chemicals into the air thereby depleting the quality of air. Manufacturing industries can be found at every corner of the earth, and there is no area that has not been affected by it. Petroleum refineries also release hydrocarbons and various other chemicals that pollute the air and also cause land pollution. Fifth, mining operations. Mining is a process wherein minerals below the earth are extracted using large equipment. During the process, dust and chemicals are released in the air, causing massive air pollution. This is one of the reasons which is responsible for the deteriorating health conditions of workers and nearby residents. Sixth, indoor air pollution. Household cleaning products, painting supplies emit toxic chemicals in the air and cause air pollution. Suspended particulate matter, popular by its acronym SPM, is another cause of pollution, referring to the particles afloat in the air. SPM is usually caused by dust, combustion, and others. 7 is natural events. There are certain natural events such as volcanoes, forest fires, and dust storms which are nature-born and cause air pollution. There are some disastrous effects of air pollution. One is respiratory and heart problems. The effects of air pollution are alarming. They are known to create several respiratory and heart conditions like asthma, chronic bronchitis, emphysema, heart attacks, and strokes, along with cancer, among other threats to the body. Several million are known to have died due to the direct or indirect effects of air pollution. Second, child health problems. Air pollution is detrimental to your health even before you take your first breath. Exposure to high air pollution levels during pregnancy causes miscarriages as well as premature birth, autism, asthma, and spectrum disorder in young children. It also has the potential to damage early brain development in a child and cause pneumonia that kills almost 1 million children below 5 years. Children are at a greater risk of short-term respiratory infections and pulmonary diseases in areas exposed to air pollutants. Third, global warming. Another direct effect is the immediate alterations that the world is witnessing due to global warming. With increased temperatures worldwide, an increase in sea levels and melting of ice from colder regions and icebergs displacement and loss of habitat have already signaled an impending disaster in actions for preservation and normalization aren't undertaken soon. Fourth is acid rain. Harmful gases like nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides are released into the atmosphere during the burning of fossil fuels. When it rains, the water droplets combined with these air pollutants becomes acidic and then falls onto the ground in the form of acid rain. Acid rain can cause great damage to humans, animals, and crops. Fifth is the eutrophication. Eutrophication is a condition where a high amount of nitrogen present in some pollutants gets developed on the sea surface and turns itself into algae and adversely affects fish, plants, and animal species. The green-colored algae that are present on lakes and ponds are due to the presence of these chemical. 6. Effect on wildlife. Just like humans, animals also face some devastating effects of air pollution. Toxic chemicals present in the air can force wildlife species to move to a new place and change their habitat. The toxic pollutants deposit over the surface of the water and can also affect sea animals. 7. Depletion of the ozone layer. Ozone exists in the Earth's stratosphere and is responsible for protecting humans from harmful ultraviolet rays. Earth's ozone layer is depleting due to the presence of chlorofluorocarbons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere. As the ozone layer becomes thin, it will emit harmful rays back on Earth and can cause skin and eye-related problems. UV rays also have the capability to affect crops. Now we're going to discuss the solutions to air pollution. There are some solutions that we can do. 1. Use the public mode of transportation. Encourage people to use more and more public modes of transportation to reduce pollution. Also try to make use of carpooling. If you and your colleagues come from the same locality and have the same timings, you can explore this option to save energy and money. 2. Better household practices. Discard fireplaces and or wooden stoves used for heating homes. Use gas logs in place of wood. Also eliminate the use of gas-powered lawn and gardening equipment. Avoid setting fire to garbage, dry leaves, or other materials in your yard, and lighting bonfires in the open. Try to mulch or compost your yard waste. Use cleaning products and paints that are environmentally friendly. 3. Conserve energy. Switch off fans and lights when you are going out. A large number of fossil fuels are burned to produce electricity. You can save the environment from degradation by reducing the number of fossil fuels to be burned. 4. Understand the concept of reduce, reuse, and recycle. Do not throw away items that are of no use to you. Instead, reuse them for some other purpose. For example, you can use old jars to store cereals or pulses. 5. Emphasis on clean energy resources. Use of clean energy technologies like solar, wind, and geothermal is on the rise these days. Governments of various countries have been providing grants to consumers who are interested in installing solar panels for their homes. Undoubtedly, this can go a long way to curb air pollution. 6. Use energy efficient devices. CFL lights consume less electricity than their counterparts. They live longer, consume less electricity, lead to lower electricity bills, and also help you to reduce pollution by consuming less energy. Several attempts are being made worldwide on personal, industrial, and governmental levels to curb the intensity of which air pollution is rising and regain a balance as far as the proportions of the foundation gases are concerned. This is a direct attempt of slacking global warming. We are seeing a series of innovations and experiments aimed at creating alternate and unconventional options to reduce pollutants. Air pollution is one of the larger mirror of man's follies and a challenge we need to overcome to see a better tomorrow. Next, we will discuss about light pollution. What is light pollution? Light pollution is the presence of unwanted, inappropriate, or excessive artificial lighting. In a descriptive sense, light pollution refers to any poorly implemented lighting during the day or night and can be found as an issue throughout the levels of our societies, impacting all the way from the individual level, such as from an unwanted blinking light on a consumer product, to a community level like a new urban development impacting existing communities from poorly planned street lights. Light pollution can also be understood as a phenomenon that refers not only to a specific source of pollution, but to the wider collective impact of intersecting sources of pollution. Light pollution is unique as it is caused by man only. There is no comparable natural form of pollution like there is with carbon dioxide. The main cause of there are some causes of light pollution, which are poor planning. The placement of signage and street lights is planned by engineers, and if they do not take into account that the effect placement has on the surrounding environment, they can create glare, light trespass, and light clutter. Second, irresponsible use. You may love Christmas lights, but leaving them on all night is a form of pollution, as is leaving a room with the lights still on or setting the timers on street lamps and not adjusting the timer for the season. Not actively choosing to minimize energy waste is a huge source of light pollution. Third, overpopulation. That is really a zoning issue. Too many businesses or too many residences grouped in one area can cause light pollution of many kinds. Fourth, excessive use of light. One significant cause of light pollution is the excessive use of electric light. Electricity has become quite cheap over time. Therefore, people do not care too much about their electricity consumption. This leads to an overconsumption of electricity and also in excessive use of light, especially at nighttime. Smog and clouds. Smog and clouds can reflect the light emitted by cities and thus make the surrounding environment look much brighter, causing light pollution. Next, lights from cars and other motor vehicles. Cars and other vehicles contribute to the problem of light pollution, especially at night time. The lights of vehicles shine quite bright in areas without many other light sources. Where people live near streets that have a high traffic density, the sleep of people may be adversely impacted by the lights of cars. 7. Street lamps light from houses and garage lamps. Street lamps that are built too near to houses may also cause light pollution and may affect people. Due to poor street planning, this may impact people's sleep in an adverse manner. There can also be light pollution simply because the neighbor just leaves the lights in the house on even light at night. Garage lamps can be an additional source of light pollution. reaching nearby houses and affecting people when a neighbor turns on the garage lamp at nighttime. 8. Nighttime lighting. All kinds of nighttime lighting can affect people in an adverse way and therefore cause light pollution. A good example would be the illuminated advertising spaces at nighttime that may cause light pollution to the surrounding houses. Next, downtown areas. Since downtown areas with skyscrapers usually are quite illuminated, they emit an enormous amount of light. Since many of the lights will stay on for traffic but also for commercial purposes, they contribute to light pollution in significant way. Effects of light pollution. While many people choose to dismiss light pollution as being the price of modern life, it has a serious effects on everything around it. 1. Effects on people. The wrong kind of light or too much light has been proven to have adverse health effects and decreases the quality of life. Human living on Earth possess a particular circadian rhythm program in their DNA requiring a regular pattern of light during the day and dark during the night. When these natural circadian rhythms get disrupted, it can have an adverse impact on health and cause cancer, cardiovascular disease, depression, and insomnia. Next, effects on animals. Lights can attract or repel animals and insects. Most animals' life functions on a diurnal or nocturnal system that is thrown out of sync by light pollution. This can place entire species in danger. The effect of light pollution falls severely on regions that had previously been untouched by humans. Animals in these areas may react quite sensitively to the changes in their natural environment. They may move to other places with lower light pollution, or unwanted species get attracted to human areas. Third, effect on the Earth and ecosystem. The Earth's ecosystem is dependent on cycles of natural light. Since these ecosystems are usually quite sensitive to changes in their environment, they may not be able to adapt to new artificial conditions developed from human-made light pollution. Sky glow alone can cause a loss in growth protection, as the reflected light of the atmosphere will prevent the natural UV rays from reaching the Earth. This disrupts growth and decay cycles that our food, air, water supply is dependent on. Next is sleeping problems. People usually prefer sleeping in a dark environment, and sufficient sleep is vital for our physical and also for our mental health. Many people are uncomfortable with distractions from light when they are sleeping. When the environment is changed into a brighter state, people may suffer from sleeping issues that can result in serious health conditions. Next, effects on traffic. Too much lighting or the wrong angle caused by light pollution may also have an adverse effect on traffic, as it may cause temporary blindness. This can be dangerous when it comes to driving a car. If the driver's sight is adversely impacted through excessive light clusters on certain streets, the probability of accidents may increase. Light pollution even increases the danger to people, as it can interfere with critical navigational systems of trains, planes, and even automobiles. Next, air pollution. Light pollution also leads to air pollution, affecting the atmosphere. Since for the illumination at night, huge amounts of electricity are used, this leads to a high level of CO2 emissions and other harmful gases. Waste of resources. Excessive use of lights means the use of many fossil fuels at an increasing level. For example, lights need electricity, and in order to produce electricity, huge amounts of coal are used in the industrial processes. This means we are also indirectly contributing to the depletion of natural resources like coal. Now discuss the solutions to light pollution. There are basic approaches to solving light pollution: planning and education. Planning means more consideration of how areas are shown and where lights are placed. It also means changing the types of lights used within the home, signs and street lamps, to more efficient bulbs, and with a light output that is not so disrupted. And the effective measures are light shields. Light shields prevent light from spreading to nearby areas and concentrate the light on certain spots. This helps to sort out the problem of light pollution and its negative consequences for nearby houses and their inhabitants. Warm lighting. Using warm lights instead of cold lights can also help to solve the problem of light pollution. While cold short wavelength light impairs night vision and contributes to light pollution, warm light is known to prevent them to a certain degree. Use certified lighting. Another effective way is to use certified lighting that can reduce glare, sky glow, and light spill to a great degree. Certain certifications such as the IDA guarantee a lesser impact of your lights on the environment, thereby reducing the light pollution to a minimum. Motion sensors. Motion sensors are an amazing way to lower light pollution. In this case, the light is turned on only when the motion sensor is triggered, and hence it can help save a lot of energy. Moreover, since the light only turns on in very few occasions, light pollution is reduced significantly. Cut off light. Another solution is to cut off the light. Through light cut-offs, the angle in which the light is spread can be determined. The nearby houses can be released from light pollution since the light is concentrated on certain spots where it is needed without affecting the surrounding environment. 6. Turn off the lights. The more people understand the importance of turning off lights as often as possible to conserve energy and reduce light pollution, the faster change will be seen. It is one of the easiest and also one of the most effective ways to prevent the adverse effect of light pollution. Next, educate others. Education is also critical to dealing with light pollution. Talking to your friends, convincing them, writing a blog can influence many people. All this will make a great impact to mitigate the issue of light pollution and will also tackle many other global problems we currently face. What is your idea to perspective in relation in this course project to the subject astronomy? My thoughts in relation to this course project to the subject astronomy is important to know the importance on how we can protect Earth from any destruction such as pollutions and others. We need to help each other to preserve our nature, the environment we are living. Encourage everyone, most especially the younger generation, to be earth-centered or earth warrior. I encourage young generation or children to be an earth warriors. Our objectives to enable children in their early years to build a bond with a love for nature along with individual behavior and action to enable them to engage in systems level change later on. We believe that children in their early years can learn about climate change and sustainability through play-based activities that use a positive solutions, focused approach, and here are the Earth Warrior activities that as a parent or guardian can do with your child at home to start building sustainable habits and nurture their love for nature. Explain the concept of doing your part. Small actions by individuals, even children, could influence big changes in the environment. Second, teach kids to practice the 4 Rs: reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. Third, set up proper waste bins. 4, let their creativity flow. And last, set a good example for them. Thank you and have a nice day.